Welcome to Pass the Baton. This is your 9-minute Olympic recap with me, Arj Tirachelvam. Remember, you don't want to miss a single day's worth of action from the Olympics, but sometimes it's very difficult to watch all of that footage. So, when that's the case, you need Pass the Baton. Hit subscribe right now to make sure you don't miss a single day, and tell all of your friends to do so as well. First of all, we begin with the triathlon. Now, the triathlon was delayed by 1 day due to the water quality. There is a bit of controversy, couldn't say that very well. There is a bit of controversy because the water miraculously passed all of the tests today. First up with the women, and with the women's triathlon, Flora Duffy couldn't unfortunately retain her Olympic title, but she still performed at an absolutely top level. And when it came down to the run, she just found herself losing the pack. She ended up finishing 5th after an immensely challenging day, which saw loads of riders crashing out. And plus, that 5th is very impressive when she's had 18 months worth of injury, really making her consider retirement. The triathlon was won by France's Cassandre Beaugrand. I think I'm saying that nicely and correctly. And Beth Potter even managed to perform as well. In the men's triathlon, we had a finish for the ages. Alex Yee, he was out of it at 200 meters from the finish line. The commentators were even saying he might lose that silver medal. And then suddenly sprinting past the leader, the race leader, with about 100 meters to go, and he dominated that finishing sprint. When we head over to the rowing, it was one of the most fantastic events of the games so far. The 2K women, wow. They were behind for 1,998 meters and ended up winning by 0.15 seconds. Absolutely phenomenal performance. With a team full of stories, we had Gorgie Bradshaw, who defied the odds. She was in a coma for 9 days, age 15. She was paralyzed. She was told she probably wouldn't walk again, and that just made her train harder. She said she wasn't going to give in. And then there was also her teammate, Lola. Lola, who told a very emotive story about her late father and her dedication to her father, and how she had written a thing in her diary about going to the Olympics and then decided to throw it away, and her father had actually kept that for her as a little reminder. The swimming pool did not disappoint at all. Wow. We saw world records. We saw Olympic records. We saw more controversy there as well, with Pan, the Chinese athlete, breaking the world record. And a lot of people saying, well, we're not sure if that's a real world record due to the doping controversies they had leading into this Games in Tokyo. Katie Ledecky once again won, so far ahead in the 1,500 meters that no one was in the frame, and it was a world record. Unbelievable performance. She really does dominate those longer distances. Katie Ledecky just said she spent her gold medal winning performance letting her mind wander. And a lot of endurance athletes have talked about this in the past, switching off, getting into the zone, their autopilot basically. But she said she ran through the names of those who helped her train and learn and develop. Very mind-boggling. It was a very nice gesture, really, for her. An absolute world beater to say that. Now, I am biased because I always loved the X Games when I was a child growing up, but the BMX freestyle has been awesome. There were some really high-flying moves. I spoke about the alley-oops earlier on in Pass the Baton. The moves did not disappoint, and the gold went to Torres Gil of Argentina, and Great Britain's Keiron Reilly, what a final run from him as well, brought home silver. It was a fantastic event. Do enjoy seeing the BMX and the skateboarding. There's just a lot of adrenaline and a lot of action there. Then we move over to the gymnastics men's all-round final, and Japan put on another show. They demonstrated pure brilliance, really, here. It was Shinosuke Oka took gold ahead of China in both silver and bronze positions. Japan are having a fantastic games. You know, they've been at the top of the table for quite some time now. Then we headed over to the diving, and Andrea Siriex and Lois Toulson produced the final dive to save their games. They were behind, and then on that very final dive, they stepped up to the plate and they brought home an amazing bronze. And the coverage showed a very emotional, a very delighted father of Fred Siriex as well. Odd moment of the day. Yes, odd moment of the day. It's something you guys are liking so much. So, odd moment of the day actually goes to a bee sting. That's right. An archer was taking aim, and just as they went to pull the bow, a bee stung them. I don't know actually what happened with the result, but it was captured on camera. There is a second odd moment of the day, which is the Turkish shooter who turned out without any of the special goggles, the eyewear, no ear protection, had his hand in his pocket, and he won silver. Yusuf Dekic of Turkey. Unbelievable. What's his background? What's his story? Now, coming up tomorrow, we have a very, very big evening of swimming finals, so we need to talk about that. I'm looking forward to watching some of those swimming finals. We obviously had loads of swimming take place with Leo Marchand winning and Pan with the gold. We've got the athletics kicks off. It's the race walking, the 20K race walking. I'm not sure really how I feel about race walking being in the Olympics. They allow for loads of, several fouls before you get disqualified running, and they're moving at paces which are very, very fast, very impressive. But again, I'm not entirely convinced. You might hate me for that. Then the rowing sees the men's and women's fours finals. This is a fantastic event. The fours finals is always exciting. Plus, the big event of the day really is the women's all-round final. We saw 32.5 million, did I say earlier in the week? Tune in for Simone Biles at the start of the week. Are we going to see a similar figure for the all-round finals? So, do us a favour. Click subscribe down here. Tell all your friends about Pass the Baton. We've got over 1,000 views now. Woohoo! But I'd love to see it grow. Drop us a comment. Tell me, do you think race walking should be in the Olympics? Tell us everything that is bothering you and what you'd love to see more. For now, though, my name is Arj. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.